correspondent takes a look at 2015 Mother Language Day celebration. Attempted jailbreak in Calabar prisons after gun jail. United States expresses concerns over political tension in Venezuela. Details of these and other stories in just a moment. Good morning and thanks for joining us. My name is Augusta Essien. Every year on Friday 21, the world rises in unison to celebrate the use of local language, popularly called mother tongue. The celebration is occasioned by the United Nations declaration of that day as the International Mother Language Day. In Nigeria, with more than 250 languages and a wide variety of dialects, the mother tongue is as diverse as are the people. Messia Kere takes a look at the celebration and the perception of the day by users of mother tongue for AKBC 45 News. Here's her report.
When the United Nations decided to promote the use of mother tongue or mother language, it had in mind that there are several languages and dialects in the world that may face extinction unless they are promoted and encouraged. For instance, the Itumbonuso or the Obolo. For those who use their languages and dialects on daily basis, certain difficulties occur unless such usage is internalized, as in Oron, Anang, and Ibibio.
Akwa Ibom State, that is one of those languages, we can use it to confuse others, Izugu, others, Igio.
Those are some of the local languages to Akwa Ibom State, but there are others all over Nigeria whose usage must be watched and encouraged. With the theme of this year's celebration as Inclusion Through Education, Language Counts, the purpose of the International Mother Language Day is to promote the awareness of language diversity, encourage multilingual education, and to develop the awareness of cultural traditions in communities. AKBC News sought to know how families, schools, religious organizations, and maybe the society can promote the various mother languages.
I also encourage even the parents to speak with them in the mother tongue.
I think if the curriculum in starting from nursery, primary, secondary schools are made to lay emphasis on the importance of the mother tongue, I strongly believe that that will help.
Beginning from the family, parents should begin or know the essence of communicating with their children in the mother tongue, greeting them in their mother tongue, telling them the names of things in the home, names of parts of the body.
I believe that the government has a pivotal role to play to assemble language experts so that we can draw up curriculum beginning from the nursery to tertiary.
In using the mother language or mother tongue, are the users proud to call it theirs and speak them without anything short of shame attached to the usage?
I mean,
so they say
I can never be ashamed of my language. I'm always proud of it.
From the foregoing, the respondents have proven that the mother tongue should be encouraged and that teachers and parents should teach their children the proper use of their mother tongue. The United Nations set up the 21st of February date as the International Mother Language Day to commemorate the 1952 killing of 4 students in Bangladesh because they campaigned for the official use of their mother language, Bengali, in school. Mercy Ekere, reporting.
The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Emema Basibasi, has commended Monipolo Development Limited for living up to its corporate social responsibility. Dr. Bassi stated this at the inauguration of sustainable development projects in Anakpa, Adadia and Idu communities of Oran local government area put in place by the organization in collaboration with Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation. The projects include health centers at Adiadia and Anakpa, as well as the classroom blocks built and equipped at the Comprehensive Secondary School, Idu. The stories here presented.
The Health Commissioner said Monipolo Limited's proactiveness in corporate social responsibility has greatly improved the life of members of its host communities. Dr. Emema Basibasi appreciated the organization for partnering the Akpabio administration in meeting the health needs of the people, as well as assisting the drive to deliver good governance to the people, while calling for sustainability and maintenance of the facilities. Dr. Bassi spoke of the need for stakeholders, including donor agencies, the community, state and local governments, to collaborate to make the facilities functional.
We need to sit down between the local government, rural local government, and the immediate communities. We have to sit down and also with the Ministry of Health to see how we can actually ensure that this health center is not only functional but is properly staffed.
The Executive Vice Chairman of Monipolo Limited, Mrs. Chenye Lulu Briggs, said sustaining the socio-economic development of their host communities is an integral part of their operations. Mrs. Lulu Briggs commended the host communities of the organization for providing peaceful atmosphere for them to operate and pray that such peaceful coexistence will continue.
Corporate social responsibility is a very integral part of operations in Monipolo Limited. It is something that is in our blood, in our DNA, and it comes to us as naturally as breathing.
In their goodwill messages, representatives of the Commissioner for Education and Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Dr. Rosemary Zin, that of the Commissioner for Environment, Mrs. Ememi Bogete, and the paramount ruler of Uran, represented by the Secretary, Uran Oil and Gas Committee, Etet Mokon, said they were elated with the gesture of Monipolo Limited. The health center projects, they said, will improve the health needs of the members of the benefiting communities, while the school projects will complement the state government's free and compulsory education.
We commend Monipolo Limited and the NNPC for undertaking and successfully executing these projects as part of their social corporate responsibility.
I implore all of you to cooperate with the company during the remaining phases of oil exploration and production. I wish to commend Monopoly Limited for embarking on such laudable project, which is in line with the vision of the administration of Chief Dr. Godswill Akpabio.
The thrust of our community relations strategy is to maintain a conflict-free environment for a mutually beneficial relationship with our corporate citizen, Monipolo Development Limited.
Guests and members of the benefiting communities also gave their impression on the project.
Peace and security is central to development, and the youth are the major stakeholders in this endeavor.
These people are very sincere in all their promises and dealings.
Over 140 pupils in public primary schools in the 8 local government area of Anang Land have benefited from the Educational Empowerment Program of Atienang Foundation. The program is aimed at encouraging pupils to be more committed to their studies. The Akwa Ibom and Canada chapters of Atienang Foundation facilitated the reward for academic excellence as part of their contributions to the success of the state government's free and compulsory education program. Udeme Okonko covered the event for AKBC TV News.
12 pupils per primary school were selected from Ikotekbene, Oborokara, Abak, Esienudim, Kanafon, Etimekbo, Ika, and Uruonam local government area benefited from the program. Led by the national president of Atienang Foundation, Eldaimo Eme, the organization presented customized school bags containing educational materials to primary 2 to 5 pupils who took first, second, or third position in their classes during the first term examination. Elder Eme said, in view of the laudable achievement of the Akwa Ibom administration, the group decided to support the administration's stride in the educational sector. The national president assured the pupils of the group's continued support, but urged them to be more serious with their studies.
Like I said, if you know, you select Mego, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, primary 5.
The Director of News and Current Affairs, AKBC, and Public Relations Officer of Atienang Foundation, Comfort Umana, also encouraged the pupils to cherish their mother tongue, as well as hold dear to norms, ethics, and culture of their communities. Omana stressed the significance of the presentation, saying it was to encourage the pupils to be more serious with their academic.
As an example, so that when you go back, you come to school, you learn English, but when your mother speaks with you in the house with our own language, you will also understand your language and you will be a complete personality when you grow up.
Responding, head teachers of the schools appreciated the foundation for the presentation, but appealed that it should assist the school in renovating classrooms and provision of laptop computers.
Mikom the Atienang organization, Igo Itintum Erenam, because on what they are here for. Ever since I've been a Manakan documented young, Nkudo Tomponke is on now. Yet there is what was and friendly about the Nitake young Anyan Bomb about the Michael School minute. And you say get to Mbonobo Sebo Kerisen to what.
So Malay Parami in common. Bo awasi dikila nyine usong kon pon ri gomi ana ma nyine nyine me enon to gojen tombi kambo jaw kaw kama wase den ko anu ano nyine pon isa musong anu waso na mpo so ka ka so no pon nenye.
Udeme Okonko reporting.
Core members who served in the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation have been tasked to be good ambassadors of the corporation and state wherever they find themselves. The advice was given by the Acting Director General of the corporation, Mrs. Elsie Udofia, at a send-off party organized for the 2014 batch A core members who served here. Idarabonse reports that the event took place at the corporate headquarters of the corporation, 3 Udodom Avenue, Uyo.
Addressing the 7 core members, the Acting Director General, Mrs. Elsie Udofia, appreciated them for their contributions to the corporation and the state. Represented by the Director of Administration, Mr. Ibongyang, the AKBC boss urged them to continue to be useful to the society, saying that acquisition of education should bring positive changes to their lives. Mrs. Udofia also implored them to exhibit positive virtues in order not to allow people look down on their educational attainments and wish them well in their future endeavor.
The level of education which you have attained should be able to effect in you right attitudes, skills, and abilities to equip you well to live and contribute meaningfully in the society. The management and staff of AKBC wish you well in your future endeavors and wish you journey mercies.
The Director of Marketing, Audaito Wakbanya, who acknowledged the contributions of the core members during their service years, expressed optimism that they have achieved something. Elder Akbanya, however, charged them to allow the experience garnered at their place of primary assignment to bear on their future endeavors.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, always let that place go through you. Also remember that there were people you met in a private store.
Others who also spoke with the Deputy Director of Marketing, Radio, Mr. Christopher Edet, and a husband of one of the core members, Prophet Elijah, who wished the outgoing core members successes in life.
I will advise them to always be very forward-looking, very loyal, and be very focused.
Let me as well say to all the people that are being sent up with my wife as well, the labor market is already open. You don't have problem when it comes to work. As far as this batch is concerned, the work is already waiting for you.
Responding on behalf of the core members, Fortune Omoshola expressed delight that staff of the corporation took them in as members of the same family, promising to be good ambassadors of the station.
My colleagues here, and I want to say very big thank you to AKBC, to the management, to the peace-loving people of Akwa Ibom State, and I say God bless you. Thank you.
The event also featured presentation of gifts. Darabonse reporting.
President Goodluck Jonathan has assured that his administration would boost the national electricity generation capacity by 5,700 megawatts by the end of this year. The president, who spoke at the formal commissioning of 750 megawatts Oloroshu Shungu 2 power station in Papalanto area of Ogun State, also hinted that his government was working towards generating power from atomic sources. He said the event consolidated the progress in reinforcing government resolve towards making a permanent difference in the development of the nation through regular and quality electricity supply. Jonathan maintained that electricity remains the pivot of this government's industrialization drive, saying that the commissioning would not only add and sustain significant megawatts to the national grid, but in effect would also boost production and commercial activities of the catchment areas of the country. We'll take a break. When we come back, we have more news for you. Do stay on with us.
And we don't get the demand at the time and so in the mind. Therefore, it's a man military. When finally, His Excellency Agapo military, they can be talking about the Moses when Moses. When you look at what you want to get, I think I know. Joseph, Agapanda, and I know for Pharaoh. At the amount of one Pharaoh. Sitting on a quarter of the amount of the when they make a full of it, all of us at the full of the somebody in a man. Is that
Udom is right and fast. For Udom is the best. For Akwa Ibom said, Udom is right and fair. Behold our next governor.
Thank you for your time this morning. An undisclosed number of inmates Friday gained entry into the armory of the Calabar prisons in Cross River State and attempted to escape after a gun duel with warders, but were overpowered by a combined team of security agents. The incident, which occurred at about 11 o'clock in the morning, was said to have caused pandemonium after residents of neighboring Afukang, Iman and Jeps area of the metropolis scrambled for safety. The Afukang end of the prison fence was broken during the incident, while 2 inmates were said to have escaped, but the controller of prisons in the state, Mr. Clement Odosen, denied the claim. It was, however, not clear whether inmates gained access to the armory, but it was learned that a total of 53 rifles were recovered after the incident, while 1 could not be accounted for. An anonymous prison official said about 12 hardened criminals consisting kidnappers, drug barons, ex-militants and armed robbers were brought to the prison 2 weeks ago. He said their arrival sent an alert that something untoward might happen. An eyewitness said 2 of the inmates escaped through broken fence, but 1 of them was apprehended by vigilante youths in Afukang Street, while the other escaped. In his reaction, the state controller of prison, Mr. Clement Udosen, said the inmates have all been rounded up and nobody has escaped. He said a lot of people have been injured and 1 staff has been rushed to hospital. Fire has swept through the Taj skyscraper in Dubai, one of the tallest residential buildings in the world. Strong winds helped the blaze to spread across the 336.1 million feet high building in the Marina area. An eyewitness told newsmen that there were debris flying everywhere, falling into neighboring buildings. The cause of the blaze is still unknown. The Greece government is beginning work on a list of reforms it has agreed to submit to foreign leaders by Monday. The reforms, according to reports, must satisfy the rest of the Eurozone and International Monetary Fund (IMF) in order for Greece to qualify for a 4-month extension of its financial rescue plan. The extension was offered at talks in Brussels on Friday. Reports say the deal is regarded as climb down for Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras, who swept to power in January on a commitment to roll back harsh discipline. German Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble, a strong opponent of debt forgiveness, said Greece's leftist-led government would have a difficult time explaining the deal to its voters. Government says Gabriel Skyladis has, however, defended the agreement, saying the talks had yielded significant benefits from the Greek people. The United States and Latin American nations have voiced concerns over political tension in Venezuela after a socialist government arrested the opposition mayor of Caracas in an alleged coup plot. Almost exactly 1 year after opposition figure Leopoldo Lopez was arrested as he led a wave of protest against socialist president Nicolas Maduro, intelligence agent busted into Mayor Antonio Ledesma's office last Thursday and hauled him to jail. Reports say Ledesma, 59, will be held in Ramoved prison, the same jail on the outskirts of the capital currently housing Lopez. The Attorney General's office earlier said Ledesma will be booked for his alleged involvement in a conspiracy to carry out violent acts against the government. Opposition leader Henry Capriles called on the government to produce evidence of the supposed conspiracy. Maduro has accused the opposition of trying to topple him several times since his April 2013 elections, said the mayor was detained over a coup plot financed by the United States. You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45U or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. And that's a package. Just before we go, we take another look at the top stories. As the world marks the 2015 Mother Tongue Day, correspondent has taken a look at the celebration. There had been an attempted jailbreak at the Afukang prisons in Calabar. Reports say there was a gun duel between warders and inmates who gained entry into the armory. Combined team of soldiers and other security agencies are said to have foiled the jailbreak, although it is still unclear if any prisoner had escaped. And that's a package. Join us in the night at 8 for yet another outing. Do have a wonderful Sunday.